What's up, you guys? As some of you already know, I recently graduated from nursing school, and a couple of days ago, I took and passed the NCLEX, which means I'm officially done. I'm officially a licensed registered nurse, and in this video, I celebrate by opening an ETB of Destined Rivals while kind of talking about my NCLEX experience and the emotional roller coaster I went through the day of and after taking the exam. So stick around to find out if we get any good pulls from this ETB. We'll start the video off with a short vlog I took right after taking the exam, which also shows how I got this ETB. So yeah, enjoy! Update, I just took my NCLEX. I think I failed. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. I think I'm going to the mall. Retail therapy. Buy some cards. Bye. It's 4:15 p.m. and in California you can get results for your NCLEX the day after you take it, after 4 p.m. And I just checked mine and I passed. I'm done. We're all good. We're good. All right, you guys, I passed my NCLEX and I'm ready to celebrate. I really did go to the mall yesterday, retail therapy, and it's a good thing I did because I hit a restock, got some Destined Rivals, and I usually don't open all the packs in like ETBs and stuff all at once, but we're opening them all today. So I also stopped at Jinkies Co., got one of these, probably open some of those packs. Probably not all of them, but we are definitely going to open all of these packs. I'm also going to talk about my NCLEX experience and what the past like 30 hours have been like. 9 packs, all the goodies. Promo. All right, where should I start? If you don't know, the NCLEX is the test that you have to take in order to become a registered nurse here in the US. After you graduate from a nursing school, you have to wait for your school to send your information to the board, and then they will give you an authorization to test. So I got my authorization on June 5th, graduated on May. Hold on. I've only pulled one card from Destined Rivals so far, and it was the Reggie Rock from episode 9 of our Encounter series. But the very first pack I opened, I never posted it. I did a pack battle with my boyfriend Gio.
3, 2, 1.
And I got nothing. He got a pull, and it was this card. So,
Quadruple.
yeah. Okay, sorry.
Say Titan? Yes.
This guy always gets the hits whenever we open cards.
Okay, so what was the thing? Okay, so I graduated on May 22nd. I got my authorization to test on June 5th, and I scheduled my NCLEX for June 18th yesterday. I knew that I needed to just take it as soon as possible because I was going to forget, and like a longer gap didn't mean more time for me to study. It meant more time for me to procrastinate. And I was pretty confident going into it until about 2 days before I started to freak out. And then gave myself a pep talk, and then I was really excited and anxious to actually take it the day of, and then I took it, and I really thought that I failed. So the test is adaptive. You can get at minimum 85 questions and at maximum 150 questions. If it shuts off at 85, it means you answered enough questions and doesn't need to ask you anymore because you passed, or you got so many wrong that it doesn't need you to answer anymore also. I did not get the minimum 85. It kept going and I panicked. And the questions started to get easier, I guess, or more simple. And I heard it's a bad sign because it's adaptive. So like it'll raise the difficulty, and if you get it wrong, a question wrong, it'll lower the difficulty, supposedly. And I was getting simple questions, and I was like, oh my god, I'm failing. And then it picked up again. It started to get harder. Not as hard as the ones I was getting, because in the beginning they were pretty hard. Ooh. I don't know the set list for this set at all, by the way. This is cool. So I left, thought I failed. I was a wreck that night. Could not sleep. barely ate that day. I just couldn't. I was so nervous. But yeah, in California, you can find out the results the next day after 4 p.m. And I went to check it at like 4 p.m. and it said NCLEX passed. And God, I was being quiet in the house because no one knows I took it. I didn't tell anyone. I told them I was taking it on July 1st. I told no one. It was a lot to just like bottle up all of that. But I had this plan that I was going to tell people during my graduation party, which is on Saturday, so in 2 days, which I will do. No one knows still. Oh, one person knows. My cousin. My cousin does know. I did tell him that I was taking it soon. I didn't give him the exact date, but then just today I told him that I actually passed it. And then I emailed a couple of my professors and told them also because I had to tell someone. But most people will find out on Saturday. So yeah, that was my NCLEX experience. I'm glad I passed. I'm glad I don't have to pay for it again. It's $500. You also have to get fingerprints taken, and that's another like 60 to 80, so save up a good $600. But I'm glad I don't have to do that again. All right, we're down to our last 2 packs, and then we'll open some evolutions. What else can I talk about? My graduation party's on Saturday. I have a lot of stuff planned. That's probably in another video, but I made like some stuff to give to the people who come. It's a big party, it's guests. And they're all gonna get a pack of either Korean Pokemon cards or Japanese Pokemon cards to open. Let's finish this pack. Okay. Last Destined Rivals pack. Ah, nothing. Out of 9 packs, 4 hits. Let's open some evolutions. Let's open 5 of them. Only opened a few packs of this. They were all from the Encounter series. I've been wanting to open more, but gotta roll low for them. But not anymore. 5 packs. Let's go. Woo! Wow. First pack of the box. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the type of person that would rather have it in the last pack. But it's Eevee! How cute.
So I was pretty quiet for the rest of the opening, but something I forgot to talk about earlier was my prep for the NCLEX. So I had 13 days to study for the NCLEX. To be honest, I wasn't sure how to really study for it. There are some highly recommended study programs like Archer and UWorld, but they're sold by the month, and I didn't want to spend a couple $100s for month-long access when I was only going to have 13 days to study. I knew that I just wanted practice questions. That was how I mainly studied in nursing school. I ended up finding this app on the iPhone App Store called NCLEX Mastery. It has videos and interactive case studies, but I only used the practice questions, which also had very detailed rationales for each question and answer choice. And I just made sure to do some practice questions every day. As my test date got closer, I switched it up a bit and I ended up watching just crash course NCLEX reviews on YouTube. So practice questions and videos are kind of how I studied for the NCLEX.
Well, these cards are all hits in my eyes, but let's look at the actual hits. Glaceon and a Jolteon V. 2 Master Balls, a Sylveon and a Glaceon again. And then we hit that exclusive artwork, Eevee. Alright, thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for listening to me blabber on. We'll see you guys later. Bye.